morning, everyone. You are welcome to our first edition of our program, which is organized by the TEI-YPG group, which is dubbed Improving Your Financial Literacy. Improving your financial literacy. And we are going to be learning something very insightful. So we are expecting each and everyone to have your notepad by you, your pen by you, to be able to learn something very great from what we are about to do. You are once again welcome, and we are going to take an opening remark from our founder, Ms. Viola. Can you please take it away?
Thank you, Jacqueline. I am so glad we can finally now get this recorded. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our YPG first and official program for the year. For some of you who have not gotten the opportunity to connect with you or meet with you, I would like to take this moment to introduce myself. My name is Viola Teba, the Executive Officer for the Teba Educational Initiative. It is such an immense pleasure to be on this line and to join you guys this morning. YPG is very important because, as you guys know, we have about 19 graduates this year. And essentially what YPG is doing is to connect you guys. As you guys go out there into the real world, you never know who you're gonna come in contact with. And this is a perfect opportunity for you to start building your network. There's a saying that your network equals your net worth. So this is a great opportunity for you to really meet with each and every single person that you come in contact on this platform. Get to know somebody. We're going to try to create a lot of engaging activities and encourage each and every single one of you. If you have creative ideas, we are encouraging you all to bring your ideas on board. As TEI, the purpose of TEI is to really, push the vision out there, supporting students with their career paths, anything that they want to do. But essentially, we want you guys to have your own vision as you go out there to become inspirational, to be able to make an impactful, meaningful things in the world. So we are here to guide you, and we are here to help you in everything that you guys do. I want to also take this opportunity to thank our speakers who have honored our invitation to speak this morning to you guys. I don't know how I'm going to stress this one. I wish this specific topic that we are treating today, I had gotten this knowledge way back when I graduated a decade ago from college. But here you are, just graduated from college and about to get this insightful knowledge that will help you. So you and I are on the same page to become billionaires, okay? So this is gonna be a great opportunity to really learn, because once you start saving right now into your career, knowing what type of investment for you to make towards your life, you will see that you change the trajectory for your family. Oftentimes in our culture, our parents expect that, they expect us, the children, to come and take care of us. But I want us to change the narrative whereby we are actually creating wealth for the next generation and not the other way around. So this is a very, very great topic. And we also going to have some great other great topics outlined for you all throughout YPG. And if you have specific need that you would like for us to treat, we will also want you guys to share those ideas with us. We are a team, and we are building as a team. So one of the things I always tell our lead student is we want to work together. That's not a one-man show or one-man program. It is all of us connecting and coming together to make an impact in our community. So if you have something that you would like to channel, an idea that you'd like to channel, share it with your team members and let us all get involved and participate. I also want to take this opportunity to say a big congratulations to all our graduates. Some of you joined us 7 years ago, and I've seen you guys grow so much. And now here you are, big women getting out there to go out in the real world and do amazing and incredible things. We want to say good luck, and we are wishing you all the best. We pray for open, and we hope for open doors to be open for you guys, so you guys, I know it's not easy in Ghana. There's a lot of challenges going out there, but I hope and pray that you guys will get the opportunities that you deserve. And if you are also looking forward to study abroad, if there's anything that we can do to help you find the right institution outside of Ghana, if you want to study abroad, just connect with us. Don't think that you want to go through this world alone. There are people around that are willing to support you. So just speak up, just raise your hands and just speak up. I'm always available to speak with you, talk to you. Don't be shy. I'm not that scary. So kindly open up. Your board members are available, your executive team are available. Just reach out to somebody and say, I need help. Can you help me? And they are always willing to help you. So I am so thankful to be here. Thank you guys for having me, and thank you for being a part of this initiative. And we just want to grow together. Thank you so much.
My name is Felix Apia. That is my name. And my assistant's name is Esther Kujo. And once again, we are very much privileged to be part of this program. Investcorp Asset Management Limited. I think one of our major core duty is to also offer financial advice to our customers, our clients, so that, as Viola said, you cannot walk alone. You cannot do everything by your own self. You need help from someone. So that is what Investcorp we also seek to do. Without wasting much time, I have my team on board. I have my bosses too on board. Good morning once again to you all. So we have to take matters into our own hands. As an individual, you have to take major life decisions that is going to help you and your future. So this session is going to help each and every one of us. I believe we have our notepads and a pen ready to jot some notes and some advice and also build on whatever we know already. So I'm here to share the screen PDF with you. Kindly give me a second. Okay, so the theme for today, we are going to talk about how we can manage our personal finances very well, and also we can liberate ourselves financially and create some wealth for ourselves. That is a topic that is really interesting, how we can also create wealth for ourselves. Even though we are young, we can also have this opportunity to leave some legacy for our children or for our generation to come. Without wasting much time, the point of discussion, we'll dive into the need to invest, why we have to invest as individuals. As a group, why do we have to engage or have investment at the back of our minds? We're also going to talk about financial independence, how we can liberate ourselves from poverty, how we can create some wealth for ourselves as individuals, and also the need to plan our finances, how well we can plan our finances. Let's say you have your own work you're doing. How are you going to plan for the future so that you will really be caught hanging? We also talk about the case of mutual funds, the type of investments that we do. Not leaving out what's recently happened in our country, the domestic debt exchange program and its effect on the investment market. And the last but not the least, we'll talk about Investcorp, what Investcorp we do as an institution. Okay, so why the need for investment? Why do we have to invest? there are several reasons why we have to invest. A number of them, and these are the few. Why do we have to invest as individuals, as groups, as family? Why do we have to invest? So inflation is one major factor, reason why we have to invest. Inflation is one major factor to that. Now, kindly let's look at the picture on my right-hand side. I believe we can see the picture on my right-hand side. We are going to break why inflation is a need for investment. So when we talk about inflation, we are talking of the persistent increase in prices of commodities over a period of time. So if you look here, we have our 100 cedis note. The 100 cedis note in 2011, all right? In 2011, this 100 cedis note would buy all these commodities, all these. We have a bag of rice, we have oil, we have detergents, we have toothpaste, we have some glue in there. You see, all these commodities could be purchased some years back with this same 100 Ghana cedis. In 6 years later, after 6 years, this same 100 Ghana cedis could purchase some commodity, but not as compared to 6 years before, that is in 2011. So we have some rice in there, some oil, at least some detergents, not all, and also some Milo in there. Now, let's compare what was left out after 6 years. Because you can see at least we have some few commodities there that in 2017, we cannot buy or we couldn't purchase with the same 100 Ghana cedis that we have now. Now, in this case, in present times, 2023, it's a bit funny here. So in this present time, that's 2023. This is what we can purchase. After 6 years, this is what we can purchase. The rice is even 1 kilo, not the 5 kilo bag of rice that we used to purchase. So you can see the power of inflation and what inflation can do to our currency. So look beneath here. Look at the number of goods that we couldn't purchase with the same 100 Ghana cedis that we have before. The same 100 Ghana cedis we have before. So we have the 5 kg bag of a bottle of oil. We have detergent in there. So you can see how inflation gradually and silently robs your purchasing power. So this is the main reason why we have to invest our money in order to cushion ourselves of these factors, that is inflation. The next one we can talk about is how we can also form some security and independence for ourselves. Let's say for some reasons you wouldn't be working anymore. You have to stay in the house. What are you doing? Are you going to depend on a family member? Or are you going to depend on something that you invested or your money that you invested years back? That is a huge question you should ask yourself. So the reason why you have to invest, all right, is also to form some security around you. If in case something happens that you are no more eager as you used to before, you have to rely or depend on what you invested earlier. So investment now or investing now is very important. We all have life goals. We all have aspirations. In the next 10 years to come, I would like to be a doctor. In the next 15 years to come, I would like to own my own shop, my own business, whatever thing it is. I would like to marry, have my beautiful kids and wife around, you know. So if you have this aspiration, if you have this dream, as an individual. It all comes with a cost. It comes with a cost. So while planning towards it, you have to have at the back of your mind that investment is key. Because when you have a dream to aspire or a dream to achieve, all right, it's money. It comes with a certain expenditure. So why don't you now save or invest now so that the future you become a happy person, not lingering or falling on a family member who is in abroad, who you think, oh, he's going to push in me or is going to help me get my dreams attained. We move on to the next one. We all have emergencies that we do take care of, things that we are not hoping to see or to experience, but it just occurs.
Okay, so founder said this, and I would like to re-echo this to us once again. If you are interested in joining the YPG group, if you are interested in becoming a member of the YPG group, our contacts are going to be at the comment section. You can text, you can call any of us at any time, and we'll be ready to get back to you to answer all the questions you have concerning the YPG group. And do not think it is just limited for those in school. No, it's open to everyone in the university up to the age of 30 years to become a member. So we love you so much, and we are opening our doors to everyone who has even completed school 6 years, 5 years. Once you are within the age limit, you can still join the YPG group, and you are free to bring your suggestion, find ways if you want to study in abroad, whatever way you want any help in that can be possible. The team is ever ready to offer assistance to you. Just feel free, be open, don't be scared. Our founder said it's not scary. So please do well and contact any of us if you want to be part of the YPG group of TEI. Okay, so I can see a question about can you let us know what YPG is about? All right, so DEI YPG stands for Young Professional Group. Young Professional Group. And what this group is about is that it offers an outlet for professional development, networking, and volunteering opportunities in the social setting. And it's welcome to individuals who are in the university up to their late 30s and who are in their late 30s. And also the YPG group was coming from the TEI main group. So we'll say the TEI.
Hello.
Pardon?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Felix.
Oh, so sorry. I'm facing a huge challenge here. I'm so sorry. So sorry. I think for now I can't share the screen. I'll just go straight to the point, and later on I'll share the screen. We got to the fourth point that I was talking about your future goals and your emergency fund. So as an individual, sometimes you don't look forward to experience some events, being it your illness, being it a tragedy that you're not looking forward to. It happens along the line. So this is also a reason why you have to put aside some funds and, cushion or cover yourself or protect yourself of any embarrassment that could come. The next one that we will also talk about is dependence. Dependent. You could attest to the fact that where we all dependent on our parents for money. So imagine your parent they did not, invest their monies or do something for that. How do you think you survive? Obviously they did. That is why we are here today. That is why some of us have completed the tertiary education. That is why some of us are doing our own businesses. So for you to invest, you should also know that someone is also depending on you. It could also be your child. It could also be your family member. So these are some of the reasons why you have to invest, not leaving inflation out, not also talking about your life goals and aspirations, also your emergency fund, the reason why you have to invest, and also some form of security and independence to yourself. Next, we'll talk about some life goals that we as individuals, we can achieve for ourselves or we can set for ourselves. So with a range of, let's say, 18 years to 24 years, all right, to 18 years to 24 years, we have the short-term, medium-term goal, and a long-term goal. Some of these long-term goals can be your retirement, you planning for your retirement, you planning for your emergency fund, you also planning for your cash reserves, monies that you are setting aside in the long run, all right? You have the intermittent or medium-term goal. As an individual, imagine, let's say you are 25 years. What are some of these medium-term goals you can set for yourself? Okay, in the next 3 years, I would like to have my own car. Okay, I would like to pursue higher education, at least, and pursue my master's. I would like to also have some home for myself. That could also be your medium-term goal. And we have the short-term goal. The short-term goal, some of these goals are, your rent, the marriage that you like to have, the children, if you are between the ages of 25 to 39 years, you having a child is also a key for yourself. That could also serve as a short-term goal you are setting. And your business, how well you can invest into your business to earn much money, and also having some vacation. Having some vacation will depend. Let's say you're in your 60s. No need for you hustling and working as you used to do. So going on vacations from time to time is also a short-term goal that as an individual, you can set for yourself. We move on to wealth creation. Wealth creation. I wish I could share this one, but all the same, let's continue. Wealth creation. When we talk about wealth creation or wealth, what comes to your mind when you talk about wealth? Wealth goes beyond the physical money that you're having. It goes beyond that. It goes beyond the monies, the assets that you are having. It goes beyond it. So what actually, when we talk about wealth, what does it really mean? Wealth can be an idea that you have in your head. How rich your idea is. We all have some ideas we like to pursue or we like to work towards. Some of these ideas are really powerful. Let's look at Mark Zuckerberg. Look at the wonderful idea he had. Now he has put it into practice. This is creating wealth for him. Talk of the resources we have, being it the natural resources or the artificial ones we have, the houses, the buildings that we have, the land that we have. It's also sums up to the wealth that you have. Network, your network. the people that you surround yourself with, the people that are around you, also shows or tells us much about your worth. You cannot surround yourself with people that, sorry to say, use the word degenerate, people that, you cannot even take them home for parents to see. These people wouldn't help you. But when you have a rich network made of people who are going to help you achieve your dreams, this also classifies or sums up to the wealth or the kind of wealth that you have. Your time. Time is a very good resource and it's very scarce too. The time that you have at your disposal also determines your wealth. Good health, strength, you going here and there, having no issues with your health also determines the wealth that you have. Happiness. Imagine you have everything in this world, but you are not happy. Would you say you are wealthy? Never. Because if you have everything in this world and you are still lamenting, you are still having some grief in you, there's no way you are going to enjoy the monies that you are having. So happiness is also key. Now, you being successful in terms of the dreams that you had in mind, you've been able to achieve it. All these things sum up to be your wealth. So we should note that wealth or you being wealthy doesn't only depend on the amount of money that you are having. No, it could be the idea that you have, the resources around you, your happiness, your time, good health, and also you being successful in whatever you are doing now. What are some of the steps that you can, go through in order to be wealthy or create some wealth for yourself? What are some of these steps? The first thing you should know is you know yourself. Any other person who knows you is you. My name is Felix. I know myself so well that the next person next to me doesn't know. Sometimes we think that you used to say, you don't understand me. Yes, we don't understand you because you really know who you are. So you should first know the kind of person you are, the kind of thing that you like to achieve, the kind of things that interest you, the kind of thing that you like to associate with. That's the first thing. You have to know yourself. The second one is you have to have some wealth creation guidelines, things that you have projected, some objectives you set for yourself. Okay, now I know myself. This is what I would like to achieve. What are some of the things that I would like to do? I would like to have a car in the next year. I would like to have my family. I would like to travel outside the country in the next 5 years. Okay, I would like to have my own businesses. You have to set some wealth objectives for yourself. You know the kind of things that you like to do. So you have to set all these goals for yourself. And after, you have to plan. You have to plan towards it. Okay, these are the wide range of things that I would like to achieve. How can I do this? What will be my short-term goal? What will be my medium-term goal? And what will be my long-term goal? Okay, I would like to pursue higher education. I should put in the first one, a short-term goal, because I'm still young. I think I can further my education. Or, okay, my short-term goal should be how well I can, finance some emergencies that comes my way. That could be your short-term goal. Your medium-term goal, things that you would like to achieve in 4, 3, 5 years to come. Okay, I would like to own my own business. I don't want to work for anyone else again. I want to own my own business. This is also a short or a medium-term goal that you can set for yourself. The last one, but not the least, is you have to also know the kind of income that you earn, your stream of income. You should know, okay, I'm working for this person. I'm working in this company. Is that enough? Why don't I create another stream of income for myself so that at least as an individual, you get some 4 to 5 streams of income at your disposal? So you do not have to depend solely on one stream of income. That is one key thing you also have to note. When you want to create wealth for yourself, you do not have to depend on only one stream of income. You have something in you, you have some talent in you. You can capitalize on that. You can do more on whatever talents that you have that can fetch you some money, and also, as a stream of income. The last one we have here is the 10, 30, 40, 20 principle. The 10, 30, 20 principle. After this session, I'll share the slides so that you really understand what I'm talking about. The 10, 30, 40 principle. What is the 10, 30, 40 principle we are talking about? Now, imagine you have a jar, or let's say a bottle, all right? I believe you cannot see. You have this. All this is your income. Let's say this is your income, what you earn. At the first part, all right? The first part is the 10% of your income. What are you going to use that 10% of your income to do? So the 10, 30, 40, 30, 20 principle is talking about how you can demarcate, or you can separate or segregate your income, share it amongst all your expenses. So the first one is what we are the 10%. The 10%, this can be our fellow Christians who say they are 10. Let's say I'm paying my tithe. If you're a religious person, our Muslim brothers will also say, okay, we have to run charitable activities, give alms to the poor. Other non-religious people, what would they use it for? Okay, let me help those on the street too. Let me do this for this person. Let me do this for this other person. So the 10% of your income should be used for these things. Your 30%. So the 30% lies here in the middle. What are you going to use the 30% for? Investment. See, guys, the first thing that you should note when you receive your income, or when you get your income, do not forget your investment. Take aside 30% of this money as your investment. Just put it aside. It could be in a savings account. It could be in an investment account. It could be anywhere. Just put aside this money. What about the 40%? 40% are the things that we can never forgo. The expenses that come what may, you have to incur. What are some of these expenses? Your utility bill, your food, your transportation, your health. These are some of the things that you can never ever run away from. So the 40%, I think that is the huge part. 40% is going to take care of the needs, things that you can never ever evade. Now, the last one is the 20%. So we have 10%, 30%, 40%, and 20%. What of the 20%? The 20% is what the boys or the guys and ladies will say, you have to chill. You have to chill. All work and no play, as the saying goes. You have to chill. You have to have fun. Things that interest you. Oh, I would like to also buy this thing from this shop. I think I have to go on a vacation. I think I have to go have some shopping. So you can use 20% of your income for that. Someone will say, oh no, the 20% is too much. Why don't I add it to my investment? It is allowed, but this is at least, if not at all, if not for anything at all, you should have this at your disposal. Then it should serve as a landmark for you so that you can follow as an individual.
Amidst all these things that we've said, one will be wondering, creating wealth for myself, I don't have this thing to do. I don't think I'm capable of doing this. There are a lot of excuses that we give to ourselves. A lot of excuses that hinders our progress. What are some of these excuses? My income is too small. I don't think I have enough. My money is too small. Me taking out some fund to invest, I don't think it's too. I'm earning 1,000 cedis, 1,000 cedis. It's too small because it is a hand-to-mouth thing. Those are the excuses. One of the excuses that we give to ourselves. Procrastination sets in. Okay, I have the money. You have the money, but okay, let's do it next year. Next year, I think next year I'll start. Next year I'll start. As they say, next year I'll start. Next year comes. Let's do it in a few months to come. I think that one time will start. So procrastination also steals our time. Before you realize, you are even older and older, growing old and old. The time you realize you have nothing to do. Also, we have huge financial burden. It's also a factor or a barrier that hinders our wealth creation. Huge financial burden. You have a lot of dependents on you. A lot of people who depend on you. Your family members, your wife, your children, your church, your religious friend, any other person that depend on you. So you feel like you are so burdened with a lot of issues that is beyond you. This is also another factor that we consider as a barrier to your financial or your wealth creation. Now, some also do not have much knowledge about how to plan for your finances. It's also a barrier. You don't know how to go by it. How am I going to finance or do this thing? How am I going to do budget? What can I do? You don't have those ideas. So these are some of the barriers that hinders our wealth creation. But hey, the time is now. The excuses is too much. We have to set or have a bold decision to take. We should forget about the excuses that we've been giving ourselves years back, months back. We have to also go ahead to take these decisions for ourselves. So up to this point, we've learned how the need to invest, why we have to invest. We spoke about the inflation, how inflation is stealing our purchasing power. We also spoke about how we can also create wealth for ourselves, how the steps that we can take in order to create some wealth for ourselves. We also spoke about how some life experiences or life objectives that we can set for ourselves, being it a medium, short, or a long-term goal. We've also spoken about the 10-30-40-20 principle. This principle should be noted down. It is a very important principle. The 10-30-40-20 principle. The last one we spoke about is the barriers that hinders our wealth creation. The excuses we give to ourselves. Oh, I think I am not capable of doing this. I don't have much knowledge about it. Do all these excuses hinders our progress, and we have to be mindful of that. Now, how can we plan our finances? How are we going to plan our finances very well? We have some steps that we can go through in order to plan our finances very well. But before that, there are a lot of misconceptions that we have as individuals. When you are planning your finances, just comes or hits you at the back of your mind. One of these main misconceptions is that I'll not live to spend the money. Oh, this money that I'm even saving for investing. In the next 5 years, I don't think I'll be alive. I don't think I'll be alive. So why do I have to plan for my finances? Why do I have to have this plan for myself? The next question is, I cannot access my funds.
I can't access my fund. Who said these people, if I invest, and I wouldn't be able to get my money back and they will take my money? This is another misconception that we have about an investment. Sometimes the future is uncertain. We don't know what will happen in the future. So, since I don't know what will happen in the future, then we should eat, we should just spend our money and eat and sleep. Forget about investment. So there are some misconceptions that we have to clear in the air. The last one I remember is what our parents used to say. Oh, I have a lot of children. They will come and take care of me when I'm old. I have a lot of children. I have Kwesi, Amina, Idusu. Oh, they will come and take care of me. So there's no need for me to do any investment or plan for my future. Have a financial planning. That one is a very deadly misconception that as a parent, you can have for yourself. So we have to clear the air first before we move on or start the plan for ourselves. So now, why should you plan? Why should you have a plan in the first place? Why should you have a plan in the first place? You remember we spoke of inflation. We spoke of inflation, how inflation is robbing our purchasing power gradually. That is the first thing we should note. How inflation is reducing or making our currency look bad. Sometimes too, the next one we can talk about is the low life expectancy. Why you should plan. We are planning for, let's say, in the next 50 years. I wouldn't have the strength I'm having now. In the next 40, 30 years to come, I wouldn't be having this strength. I have to plan towards it in order to have a better future for myself. We have the SNET also. The SNET is not enough for us. In Ghana, the SNET is not enough for you. Sometimes our colleagues, our brothers, our fathers, our uncles, our grandfathers, when they are going on retirement, then you see them weeping because they are hard-earned work they did for so many years. They go to SNET for their contribution, and they have been given an amount that they themselves they know within a day wouldn't be enough for them. So that is the main reason why you have to also start something for your own self. Start creating some backbone for yourself. Health crisis is also a key thing that should be considered when we are planning our finances. We should never ever leave out health crisis when we are planning for our financially. Why should you plan? Why should you plan? For larger gains. Time and consistency. The more and the bits that you invest now, the years to come, in 50, 20, 10 years to come, you will see the power of the compounding interest, the power of consistency, the power of you putting aside some little funds, larger gains. That is the main reason why you should plan. Gain large or a huge sum of money. Less cash outlay. The truth of the matter is, the earlier you start investing, that is the amount of money you will be contributing is very less. Let's say you started contribution at the age of 25 years. If projected in the next 40 years to come, you have a long number of years ahead of you. So the earlier you start, the better you are. I spoke of the power of compounding interest, how time and consistency will help you gain a lot of interest on your money. So in the next 10 years to come, there's a calculation you do, okay, if at least I'm earning a 15% percentage on the monies that I'm depositing today, for the long run, you see that even the monies that you contributed as an individual will be lesser than the gains that you've had. So that is the power of time and consistency, how consistent you are in making your contribution. In the news, I wish you could see this one too. In the news, I have two pictures here. I have Mike Tyson. I have Mike Tyson here, and I have Michael Jordan also on my right-hand side. All these two people are athletes, all right? When they were on their peak or during their career, they all had a great career. But what comes to your mind when I just mentioned these two names? You have Tyson and Michael Jordan. In the news, according to CNN Business News, Mike Tyson, in his own words, he said he regretted. He regretted in the sense that he misused his money. He didn't even have the thought of staying up to 30 years more. So he spent the money for like serious things, a lot of, I wouldn't say, some unnecessary things, having cases here and there, spending money on cases. So before he realized, all the wealth that he had, all the money that he thought he had has vanished. So he even filed for bankruptcy some time back. Look at how this great athlete was able to lose money within a jiffy or a second. Michael Jordan, we all know the Jordan shoes we are wearing. You know, this guy has a lot of funds that at his disposal. When you compare the two, their net worth, you see that Michael Jordan is far, far, far ahead. What helped him? It is what we are discussing now. Having at the back of your mind that time waits for no man. The decisions that you take at this moment is going to have an adverse effect on you in the next future. So you have to have a better decision now. What are the steps to creating this, to plan for your finances? What are the steps to create your finances? The first thing you should note is you have to identify your personal and your retirement goals. You have to set goals for yourself. Okay, I would like to be on my own, have my business. I would like to do this on my own. I would like to, plan for my future. I would like to do this. You have to have this personal goal for yourself. You have to have a retirement objective too as well. So one, you plan for now, you also plan for the future as your retirement. The next step is you have to access, your current income. All the monies that you are earning, you have to access it. Okay, how am I going to be sharing or this money that I'm having at my disposal? How am I going to, apportion them? How am I going to share them amongst the dreams that I'm having? You have to also make sure that how you have to assess the funds or the stream of income that you are having. The next one is you have to determine and set a target. You have to determine and set a target. So first you have the objective set. You have the objective. Now you access the funds that you have at your disposal. Now you are going straight to the point. You have to have a target you set, be it a retirement target and the amount of money that you would like to put aside for your retirement. You have to go straight to the point at this point. The next one, you have to at least seek for professional advice. Now, this is the target I've set for myself. This is the money I'm having at my disposal. What do I do? That is what InvestCorp we do. We seek professional advice to you. We tell you what you should do, what will help, and what wouldn't be favorable to you. So when you are done with these things, you have to review the plan that you've set for yourself. You have to review it, know the ones that will really help you. InvestCorp will help you set it. Now, when you select the plans that you have, when you select the best of things that you think is good for you, You just present it. These are the things that I would like to achieve. I would like to own this share. I would like to buy this. I would like to do this. You have to review it and seek for some consultation or advisor on whatever goes that or the plans that you've chosen for yourself. I have a diagram here. And with this diagram, it's talking about your age from age 25 to age 60, age 25 to your retirement. And it has a number of salaries that you are going to receive along the line. So if you are age 25, it's expected that you will be going on retirement at age 60. So at age 60, how many times are you going to receive salary if you are working for someone or even you are working for yourself? How many times are you going to get paid? You know, so as the time goes by, as the years reduces, at age 30 compared to age 50, you see that the ages or the amount of money that you are having or the amount of the stream of salaries that you'll be gaining will be less compared to age 20. So you have to note this down. At age 50, you should know that you are having less than 20 streams of income, streams of salary to receive. So the earlier, the better. And I believe most of us on this line are young. We are pretty much young. We don't have the 50s and the 70s here on the line, I assume. So the earlier, the better. The more and more consistent you are to start something for yourself as an investment, the earlier for you. So we did some estimation for how we can best get some funds for ourselves. We have some estimation here.
All right. So please, if you should have any questions, don't forget to drop it at the comment section. If you have any questions, don't forget to drop it at the comment section, and it would be answered after the discussion is done. Any question that comes in mind in the course of the discussion, just go to the comment section and then type it over there. It is going to be addressed right after our speaker is done. Thank you so much.
Thank you too. Mr. Felix Appiah, are you with us?
Hello, I'm here. I'm trying to share the documents, but I'm finding some challenges.
Can we start with some questions because we have some people leaving the page, so if we can have some interaction.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
I don't know, but I'm just doing it. If that would take some time, then maybe we can take something else.
Yes, so we can do with the questions for now.
Okay, so most of us are students. I think my first question, most of us are students, and can we really make savings out of the monies our parents give us? And if yes, what are some of the investments we can do out of the small monies our parents give us?
Hello, Linda.
Yeah.
My name is Esther. I'll be assistant Felix. So with the question you asked, yes, you can make small investments out of the small monies you give. There's a section where we are going to talk about what we do as in the scope. And then we have a product for campus, we have a product for students called the campus plan. And then with that, you can start with a minimum of 50 cedis. That is for students. So the answer to your question is yes, you can still invest with the small money you get from your parents. And I know as students, aside the money we get from our parents, our uncles, and then our friends, and then our aunties will once in a while just chip in some small momo for us. So all those small monies we get from our friends, we get from our aunties, we get from our uncles, at least with those small monies, as Felix explained, You can add it to the 10% or you can add it to the 20% you want to save as the investment. It doesn't necessarily mean that all the money is coming into your hands. You have to spend everything on food. At least you need to put something small down for a rainy day.
Yeah, so research investment, is the returns good?
Hi, Linda. My name is Lydia. I'm with InvestCorp too. Let me support Esther's response. I think that the little or the past few months that we've had, the challenges that we've seen in the financial sector, I think that the number one reason that we are looking at saving is the objective for why we are saving. Okay. So in Felic's earlier, he talked about you keeping something for the rainy day. It's just about the savings. However, when we talk about investments, we're looking at not just savings, but then looking at something that brings in a substantial amount as returns. Okay, so I think that the main question should be what the objective for our savings should be. When we have that objective for why we are saving, yeah, then you can look at the ventures in which you can invest your monies in. Are you with me, Linda?
I am.
Okay, so that's the first part. Then the second part is if someone is your risk appetite. Okay, we have different kinds of investments per your objective and your risk appetite. Some people are risk adverse, and some people, will just hit it on from the word go. These are the things that are also put into consideration before you stash some money somewhere. I think when we have all this in place, then we can now start looking at the returns that are coming from it. Okay, so I think the first and the most important thing is the objective, and you having a safe place to keep or save your monies or grow your monies. If we're all just going to the first thing you're just looking at is, oh, return, you might just make a mistake by, just chasing the returns and not looking at the kind of investments that your monies are being invested in. At InvestCorp, we give you that opportunity, or an RM meets with you and has this discussion with you, knowing what your objectives are and your risk appetite before your monies are being invested in whatever fund that is deemed fit per the discussion that you have with the RM. Is that okay for you, Linda?
Yeah, so if I'm getting you right, what you mean is that we should, in investing, we shouldn't just look at the returns, but how safe the investment is.
Yes, you're supposed to, all that is embedded in it. It's not just about the returns. I'm saying this from a perspective of you guys being students, and you having a longer period for investments, okay? If you're looking at doing something prior to you having a job, prior to you having retirement, then I think you should be looking at something that your monies will be invested in for a longer period. Not saying that there are no short-term goals, but then you would want something that is safe, a safe place. You don't want to put your money in a place where you come back in the next 20 or 30 years and there's nothing there for you. Okay, so that's what I mean. Those are part of the questions you should be asking, and not just necessarily the returns. We have there are several reasons for why we invest. Okay, if you're looking at keeping money down for, say, rent, which is at the end of the month or at the end of 3 months, I think that is a short-term objective. And then if you're looking at putting something down for say a year or 2 years, I think that's a bit medium. When we talk about something 5 years to say maybe retirement, that's a long term. You might not want to put in so much in the in a long term, because that's going to be for a longer period. So you're putting out, say, maybe 100 cedis every month until retirement, which will be maybe in the next 30 or 40 years, because I'm sure most of us here are in our 20s and most 30s. Okay, so that's a long-term period. You wouldn't want to put something so large in that, because it's going to be kept for a longer period. But something like your rent, which is going to be due in, say, December, that could be considered as a short-term investment, which you would want to liquidate in less than a year. Then something in the interim, like in between, can be looked at as a medium objective. Maybe you're looking at furthering your education, so you'll be graduating in the next year or in the next 2 years, and you will want to continue with your master's. You could, put down some funds for that now, and you're looking at, say, 2 to 3 years to.
I was literally coming to talk about InvestCorp, and the questions started jumping in. So these are some of the key highlights you can, these are some of the things we can talk about InvestCorp. From the key highlights, we were established in the year 2013. We have over 2 billion assets under management as well. We are ranked amongst 83 firms. We are from top 10. We are amongst the top 10. We are being regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission and also the National Pension Regulatory Authority. Some of the services that we do as an institution, we do mutual funds, we do pension management, private wealth management as well, and also we also run some advisory services to our client. You could see these are our directors of the institution. Some of the institutions that are clients to us. These are some of the institutions. We have the National Insurance Commission, we have the Pension Alliance, the Forestry Commission, the Trust, we have GSOPs, and the rest. So these are some of the institutions that are working directly with us. Now, this in the world of investment, we have some key regulators. The Securities and Exchange Commission regulates the capital market. We have the Bank of Ghana, who also oversees the depository banks. We have the insurance to the National Insurance Commission and the National Pensions Regulatory Authority. They oversee all these activities. We can also talk about some of the investments that is available to us as an individual. We have the commodity market, whereby you can decide to have a gold, or let's say invest into gold. We have the real estate, we have the stocks, we have the trading, the forex trading, and also the deposit. Now, before you enter into any or venture into any of these investment schemes or investment available to you, you have to analyze how fast can I retrieve my money in case I need it, the liquidity. Okay, let's say I want to build a house. Where am I even going to get the land? The mobility, is it going to be at the back of Togo, or is it going to be behind somewhere's house? You have to also think about all these things. And also how, as I said, in terms of you need some money to take care of an emergency, how fast you can get your money. You have to have this at the back of your mind whenever you are venturing into any of this investment. Some also enter into this investment without knowing much about what they are doing. You have to get much information about it. You've heard of the forex trading. I just want to go and do it. You don't know anything about it. You have to consider it, and also before you venture into such an investment. We have the mutual fund investment. The mutual fund investment. And it's also a form of investment, and that is what we do. Investcorp, we are into mutual fund investment. What are some of the features of the mutual fund investment? It is being registered. As I said, I mentioned the Securities and Exchange Commission. That is the sole regulator of the investment. And you can walk in and walk out anytime you want. You can invest and disinvest anytime you would like to do. The benefits that you derive from the mutual fund investment, the benefits that you derive, it is highly liquid. As I said earlier, before entering or venturing into any investment opportunity, you have to have at the back of your mind, how fast can I get money in case I need it? The mutual fund gives you that access, that liquidity of, even though you've invested these monies, how fast you can get funds when you need it. And it is also transparent. It's transparent. You can see the amount of deposits you've done, the returns that you are earning on your money when you start a mutual fund investment. We diversify the risk. That is the portfolio. We diversify it. We don't invest solely into one thing. We have a wide range of investments that we invest into. And also it is very flexible. Anytime you would like to switch to any account you would like to do, you have that opportunity to do so. That the earnings that you earn is also not taxed by anyone. So this is how the mutual fund works, all right? We have the investors here. As everyone on board, these are the investors. So you contribute the money. Each and everyone brings some money, then you give to the fund manager. So it's a pool of fund that you give to the fund manager. Now, the fund manager is also compelled to invest the money on your behalf, to buy some securities on the market, to invest into a wide range of opportunities for you to earn some returns on your money. Now, the returns that you earn goes back to you, the investor. So you earn some returns on the money. That is how the mutual fund works. From the investor, that is you, we pool funds. A lot of people brings money, they bring money, we invest. The fund manager invests these monies into some securities on your behalf. There's some generation of returns on your money for you. So that is how the mutual fund works. We have to talk about what happened previously. I think late last year, the domestic debt exchange program, what happened in the market and what we faced as an institution or in the investment world, what really happened. So we heard that the government of Ghana Securities was losing a lot of value. The securities that was invested previous by fund managers were losing value. And this was due to the economic crisis we found ourselves as a nation. We're really going through some macroeconomic struggles as a nation, inflation, depreciation of our currency, what have you. So these had an effect on the investment that we were having, or that was at our disposal. What happened to the collective investment scheme, like the mutual fund? So all the mutual fund that invested into some of these government of Ghana securities, when these securities were losing value, all right, the monies that you have invested started losing value on the market. So clients were panicking. They started panicking. Hey, I've heard that there's something going on. The investment world is losing what value. So clients started putting in redemption for their money. They started requesting money, the monies that they have with us. We have already invested for them. They started requesting for the money. So in a way, let's say you have an amount of money in your investment account, the value dropped. So immediately they see that they panic and they want the money for themselves. They want to come for the money. And we should bear in mind that these monies were invested on clients' behalf. So immediately clients want money, we have to go and disinvest the money in order to pay these redemptions for client. And these monies or these bonds or the security has lost value. So immediately the fund manager is to sell some of these securities, the fund manager is going to make a loss. So that was how come some of the funds were seeing some losses on their investments. So the Securities and Exchange Commission brought up a method called the, not brought up, but decided that all investments in Ghana should go with the mark-to-market valuation method, which really reflects the true value of your investment. So if, let's say, you have 20,000 Ghana cedis in your investment previously, and now it has dropped to, let's say, 15,000 Ghana cedis, the moment you see that, you panic. So if you are coming for your money, it means that you are not going to get a previous 20,000 money that you had before. The mark to market is showing the true reflection of your money. That is the 15,000 Ghana cedis you have. Are you going to crystallize your loss or continue with your investment? So clients could attest to the fact that we advise them not to do so because the market will correct eventually. So that is how come the domestic debt exchange program was in session, to control all these losses that was in the market. So when it was successful, the domestic debt exchange was successful, I think a month ago, it was successful. The exchange went on well. All the losses that were accrued on the balances of clients were retrieved, right? So the principal values that clients had on their monies before, they had it back. So even though there are certain things happening in the market, investment market, clients should always know that the market goes through ups and downs. Definitely, there will be a good time whereby you compelled to continue your investment. Now, why choose Investcorp? These are the main reasons why you can choose Investcorp. You have the institutions I mentioned earlier, or the institutions that we are working with judiciously. We also have a experienced team on board who will see to it that all your funds that you have contributed is going to be managed very well. Partners that we've kept, we have some institutions that we are working with, and the efficiency, how we can foresee some occurrences, like some risk that the fund manager can, make quick decisions in order to avoid some of these things on clients' balances, and also the quality of their service. We have client experience team who are doing wonderful in the team, calling clients here and there, advising them, and also checking up on clients, and that is superb. We are a Ghanaian-owned institution, not a foreign institution. So this is the main reason why you are to choose Investcorp when the need arises. My team were talking about the campus plan when the question was asked. So we have some of these products that we are selling. The campus plan, even though you are a student, you have the opportunity to start an investment for yourself. That is a very good news. The little monies that you are receiving from your parents, or maybe from your side hustles that you are doing, you have the opportunity to start an investment journey with us. How are you going to do this? How are you going to do this? With as little as 50 Ghana cedis, you can have an investment with us. So you as a student, you have projected that in the next 2 years or in the next 4 years, you'll be done with school. Now, after school, what am I going to do? How am I going to start my own side hustles? You have to start creating wealth for yourself. How interesting it is. So with the campus plan initiative, as I said, with a little amount of 50 Ghana cedis deposit, you can choose to do it daily, you can choose to do it monthly, you can choose to do it weekly, as and when you have your fund. You can just deposit this money into your investment account for it to grow for you. Now, we spoke of liquidity too as well. With a mutual fund, you have access to your fund. But the advice is that as a student, you have to have a long-term goal, a medium-term goal for yourself. So in the next 3 years, in the next 2 years, why don't I keep this money for that period? So that when the time is due, I can get some monies to take care of my expenses. We also have wide other type of funds that you can sign up onto if you are not a student. We have the mid-tier fund. The mid-tier fund is the medium-term investment goal. So for For the regular ones, the minimum deposit is 100 Ghana cedis for you. For the regular ones, the minimum deposit is 100 Ghana cedis. So as a working class, you have some of these goals at your disposal. You have to finance your home. Maybe you have to get a car in the next 2 years, 3 years. You have to also start planning for your retirement. You might be at the age of, let's say, 40 years. You can start planning for your retirement as well. So that is the medium-term investment goal you have, or you can set for yourself. That is what we call, or we term in InvestCorp as the mid-tier fund. We have also the Treasury Securities Fund. This is the long-term investment goal. You can see Papa here, with the child on retirement, having a puppy, playing, Grandpa has planned his future very well. So this is a relaxation for him with his grandson, having fun. So with as little as 100 Ghana cedis, you can start your retirement plan so that your retirement is going to be joyous. Your retirement is going to be wonderful. It's not, you don't have to wait until the time is due and you are now going to ask your grandchildren, give me money. No, that is not it at all. Grandpa are supposed to also take care of we, the children, as well. The motive that we have as parents, that your children will take care of you when I'm old. No, we should change that narrative. You can start an investment for yourself and also support your child to also do same as you did previously. So the Treasury Securities Fund is there. You invest into GOG security for you so that you get a competitive returns on your investment. The minimum is 100 Ghana cedis. You also have the money market fund. This is the short-term investment goal you can set for yourself. You might be paying rent every year. At the end of the year, you are expected to pay some rent to your landlord. Why don't you set aside some funds for yourself? Every month, you just put aside some funds, put up some money in order to take care of these expenses that you'll be incurring at the end of the year. Yours could be a utility bill. The money, the bills that you pay, water bill, electricity, what have you, telephone, whatever thing it is. Your health too is very, very important. You have to also cushion yourself in terms of putting aside some monies for your health. So these are the dreams that you can achieve as an individual, being it education, higher education, being it having your dream house, your dream car, the Bentleys and the Ferraris and the Civic, Honda Civic, and the other cars that you like to have. On vacation, you can be going on vacation with a family. This is what you can also try to achieve. Now, boys, and girls, you can have an investment for yourself, whereby maybe at the end of the year, you can go out to chill with your friends. Now, your own business too, you can have an investment for it in order to expand your business. One will ask, how can I sign up onto this investment? How can I sign up onto this? So the first thing is you have to complete a form, an account opening form. You have to complete it
Mr. Felix.
Hello.
I think you have 2 minutes to wrap up your discussion so we can ask our concerning the presentation.
All right, I'll do it snappy. I'm almost done, please. Thank you very much. So this is how you can sign up. You can sign up online. You can also walk into our office, then complete an account opening form. You should have the national ID, that is the ECOWAS card, to sign up on this fund. Now, when you start investing, you have a wide range of deposits that you can do. You can use your physical cash, just walk into any ATM, just deposit the money in there. At ABSA, you can use check, you can use bank transfer, direct debits. Clients also sign up onto some of these direct debits. Momo too is important. Now the world is now, the Momo is now running the world. You can use Momo to also make your own deposit. I would like us to do this short exercise as ourselves, a pre-registration exercise that we all can all do. So kindly take your mobile phone and dial the *789*710# code. Just dial the code. Then you choose option 2. That's pre-register as a new client. I want you to just have a feel of how InvestCorp work. Just dial the code, choose option 2, pre-register as a new client. You type your first and your last name. Then you can choose not to do not deposit for now. Yeah, this is just a trial thing we are doing. Just dial the code, select option 2, type your first name and your last name to see how it works. Then you have a feel of investor. So I have wrapped up. We are done for the day. I'm so sorry for the technical challenges. At least we've been able to have some knowledge imparted into us. Whatever thing we knew before, we've known more. And even if we do not know, now we know some of the things or how we can go by our finances as individuals. Thank you very much for your time and your patience. I really appreciate it. Ayuko. So I'll pause for questions. I know we have a lot of questions to be asked. I'll pause for questions as well.
Thank you so much, Mr. Felix and his team, for such a great presentation. We are very grateful. Please, if you have any questions to ask, please go ahead and then ask the questions. If you have any questions to ask, you can post it at the comment section or raise your hands to be allowed to ask. But in the meantime, I would ask Constance to read out the questions she has gotten so far. Thank you.
Hello. Hello. Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes. Thank you very much, Felix and team, for the great presentation. So we have 2 questions from our students. So one question is, as a student in SHS, do I need my parents to be part of the campus plan package?
Yes, it's a mutual fund. So as I said earlier, with a mutual fund, you have the opportunity to access your fund anytime. Talk of liquidity, as I mentioned earlier. So yes, you sign up onto a long-term investment. Your goal is that in the next 5 years, you would like to do something with the money. Along the line, you are caught up in a situation whereby you are compelled to at least disinvest or take some of your money from your investment account. Yes, it is allowed. But if you make a withdrawal before 3 years, you are being charged a backload charge. That is 1% when it is just within a year. You are being charged a percentage of amounts that you are withdrawing from your account. So if you are withdrawing 1,000 cedis, 1,000 cedis, it's a 10 cedis that will be deducted from your account. If it's within 2 years, it's before 2 years, it's a 0.7 that is being deducted, and so on, and a 0.5. So yes, you are allowed to make some deductions or some withdrawals from your account before the due date, but this is the clause I just mentioned.
Okay, thank you very much, Felix, for answering the questions. Please, do you have any questions apart from these 2? Please, if you have, you can ask at the comment section or raise your hands.
Okay, so whilst we are waiting to get more questions, Mr. Apia, I would be grateful if you all right, it's still displayed on the screen, but if you could type it in the comment section where we can get access to your team, we'll be very grateful. If you could type it in the comments section, a way we could contact you and then your team, will be very grateful.
All right. I'll do just that.
So please, if you have any question, you can go ahead and then ask your question. We have 2 minutes more for the questions session, and then we will be wrapping up very soon. 2 minutes more for this, and we'll be wrapping up very soon. So if you have any question, please go ahead and then ask your questions. Ask your questions. Go ahead and then ask your questions.
So while we are waiting for the question, the exercise I said, the *789 *710 hash code, can continue to do that. Just dial the code and have an experience with us. Just dial the code, choose option 2, then our team is another way our team can reach out to you as well. It's a very important thing. So the *789 *710 hash code, just dial the code wherever you are across the globe, and you hear from our service providers as well.
Hello, Felix.
Hello.
Yeah, please, we have another question. Please, if I earn, someone says, if I earn 500 cedis a month and I need a house, how much do I think I can put aside?
Interesting. Okay. So if you earn 500 Ghana cedis a month, you want to have your own house. As the saying goes, better late than never. The little that you put down, you have to start now. At least just decide to put aside 100 Ghana cedis every month. Just be consistent, all right? Let's say in the next 10 years to come, or in the next 20 years to come, you are age 25 years or age 30 years. Start to put aside some of these funds. And I bet you the power of time and consistency and the compounding interest, all right, is really going to cushion your money, and you get huge sum of money to buy the house that you like to buy. So in a local dialect, you say, so the little that you have, just start it with it. Do not be discouraged. Investment is not about huge sum of money that you are putting aside. No, never. Don't be misled. A little money that you are having as at today, you can start making an investment for yourself.
Okay, thank you very much for answering the questions, Felix. Please, another question. A student asks if they are allowed to participate in all funds to invest.
Please, can you come again with the question, please?
If students are allowed to participate in all the funds to invest.
So from your question, the students wants to participate in all the funds that we have?
Yes, please.
First and foremost, as Felix mentioned earlier, that student should be of age that is 18 years and above. And then that means that you are not starting with the initial deposit of 50 cedis, because that is for the campus plan. If you are going for the other packages, you can start with a minimum of 100 cedis, and then you are good to go. With the ECOWAS card and a passport picture, you can have all the funds. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, please. Please, you can talk.
No, I answered the question you asked. About the student having, okay, so I said that, Felix mentioned earlier that with students, you can start with a minimum of 50 cedis for the campus plan.
Okay.
But if you want to have the other funds, that one you can't start with the 50 cedis. The minimum is 100 cedis. So if the student is ready to have that account, you are good to go. You can have the free funds. That means you're going to start with your initial deposit of 100 cedis for each of the funds that you have. But with the campus plan, the minimum is 50 cedis. If you're a student and you want to start with 100 cedis and you want to go on the campus plan, it's also fine.
Okay. Thank you very much for answering the question. I hope the one with the name iPhone question has been answered. So another question from Isaac is, do you have an investment package for groups, associations, or organizations?
Yes, we do have a package for groups. From the picture Felix showed earlier, and we realized that there was one that a group of people were traveling. They had their traveling bags with them and they were moving. So you can come in a groups of 5. That is called the investment club. So you decide that, okay, every month from the investment club, we want to deposit 200 cedis into the account. So you will come together and decide, okay, every month I want to do 200 cedis from the investment club. And then from the investment club, we have 2 signatories. If you want to withdraw from the account, these 2 people must be in contact before we can let go of any money from the account. So yes, we have a fund like that for groups as well. Yes, this picture, the one in the middle.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Esther, for answering Isaac's question. I hope, Isaac, you are satisfied. Another question, please, what is the interest rate and the risks involved?
Okay, so this question, my colleague answered it earlier on. She mentioned that when you're looking at investments, you don't necessarily have to look at only the returns you're getting at the end of the day. You also need to look at your safety. How safe is the investment? If the investment is safe, that means that your money is safe. And then at the longer run, you're going to get your returns back.
Okay. I hope, Sally, your question has been answered. Thank you very much, Esther. Another question from Jacqueline. Once the initial deposit is done, do I have to top up?
Yes, please, you have to do a top up.
Thank you very much. I hope, Jacqueline, your question has been answered. Please, another question from the iPhone. Do you have joint accounts for 2 individuals?
Yes, please, you have a joint account for 2 individuals.
Oh, okay. So I
So
would
a
like
typical example is that Constance and I can decide to have a joint account. Maybe we would want to sign up to the mid-tier or would want to sign up to the treasuries. So Constance and I will come together and then he said, okay, you're opening the treasuries account, but the name should be Constance's name and then my name. So it's Constance and Esther. So anytime there's a withdrawal, there's a deposit, the 2 of them need to know about it. I think the 2 of them need to be the signatories. So if you want to do a deposit, you want to do a redemption, the 2 of them need to know about it.
Okay. Thank you very much, Esther, for answering the question.
Thank you.
Please, do you have any other questions? Please, is there any other questions? And are your questions answered?
Hi, Hilda. Please, I just want to chip this in quickly with the question on the returns. Okay. The market is not stable, so we cannot tell you that coming today at 10% interest rates or 20% interest rates. The markets, I'm sure a lot of you have heard mark to market. Every day has a new rate, so to speak, or every day has a different market selling price or market share price. So it wouldn't be prudent for anyone to tell you that bring your money at 10% or 20%. It's a mutual fund and you get to enjoy the returns or the price of your shares on a daily basis. So please, the returns are not fixed. I just wanted to add that to whoever asked the question on the returns, the interest rates.
Yes, please. Thank you very much. I hope, Sally, your question has been answered.
Hello, Constance.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. A quick one. Felix mentioned that you can dial the *789 *710 hash. So with the exercise he asked us to do, when you dial this code and you have any other question, the moment you send us your name, your first name and then your last name and then your contact number, a relationship officer will get in touch with you. And then if there's any other question you want to ask, there's more inquiries you want to do before you sign up, the relationship manager will have your time and explain everything to you before we can proceed.
Okay,
All
okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
please,
Jacqueline,
a
please,
quick
you can.
question.
Okay.
Thank you so much. We are far behind time. We are far behind time, so we would have to bring the session to a close. But from all what they have said, your wealth creation is now, and do not wait to procrastinate and say, I don't have money to go. You can start doing it now. And if you want to have more information about this, don't forget to dial *789 *710# to get in touch with them, and then they will be ever ready and available to answer all your questions for you. And also, you are warmly welcome to join the TEIYPG group. In case you are not part of them, you can contact our contact to be at the comment section, and then get in touch with any one of us if you want to be part of this great family. Thank you, lovely people, for joining this great discussion that we had today, and I hope you've learned a lot and you are also going to apply this in your daily lives. Sit down, analyze the things you would want to achieve, know what is your short-term goals, your medium-term goals, your long-term goals, and then plan effectively towards it. Plan effectively towards it. Thank you all, and then we are once again grateful to our speakers. We are very, very grateful for this insightful education, this insightful lessons you've given to us, and to our leaders of the TEIYPG group. We are very grateful for this opportunity to learn something very educating, and we would meet you guys again in our next program. Thank you all for joining, and bye-bye.